Woodward Sports Network. Let's go!
Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Good morning to you. Happy Tuesday. We are now just 2 days away from the NFL Draft. The excitement's building. It's in the air. Corey's going to be talking on a Lions press conference today, and we're doing a lot of big things here at Woodward Sports, including our draft party at Del Mar in Greektown. And if you want to get on that VIP list, make sure you message us on any of our social media at Woodward Sports, and we will get you on there. But before I start the show today, guys, we made it. We made a whole day without Fish.
Barely.
And Fish is back. Let's give it up for Fish, everybody. Fish is back. How you feeling, man?
Better.
Okay.
You still down a little bit, Fish?
I don't know. I'll be fine.
All right.
I'll work through it.
Yeah, we'll find out come 5 o'clock today if you still got the stamina to go through your normal Fish day with us.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Might faint during one of the shows, but it's called work, so I'll deal with it.
It's called work, so I'll deal with it.
I'll deal with it.
Hey, Fish, I just wanted to take a second to read off your infamous text message because the way you made the announcement the first time in our group text was legendary, and the way you came out was legendary. And he wrote, "Thanks for all of the support you guys have given me. It means a lot. I am proud to announce that I will be back tomorrow for fun on all 3 shows."
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Adam and Stick, for filling in for me in the booth.
Yeah. Good man, Fish. And it's awesome that you make those public announcements when you're coming back. I don't think many people do that when they're coming back from sickness, but Fish, you definitely deserve to be put on that pedestal.
Well, I just wanted to make sure you guys knew I was coming back.
Hell yeah. Oh, man, we were worried. We were worried about you,
Oh,
Fish.
no, he was coming back. We were going to kidnap him if he didn't.
Right. Just steal him and make him live here. So, welcome to the show. My name is Stick. To my right this morning.
Good morning, it's Coy.
And to my left.
Joey, hello there.
And then we have Alex making sure producer cam looks all good. We got Fish in the sound booth. Everything's back to normal. And Adam is here. He's going to be doing his bets coming up around 8:50. But, yeah, we talked about it. The NFL draft, it's coming in 2 days. And really, you know, we kind of discussed yesterday, the first and second pick are kind of set in stone. Like, we know it's going to go Trevor Lawrence and most likely Zach Wilson. And that leaves us with number 3, which is kind of where the topic of discussion has been nationally right now, talking about the 49ers and what they're going to do, because that's kind of going to dictate the rest of the draft, really, and how people are moving up and down and which quarterbacks are going to be available. I think we all agree they're going to take a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They have to.
They didn't give up 2 first-round picks to just take a lineman.
No, I don't think so. I don't
Rashawn
think
Slater.
Well, you know, he's been climbing up the boards ever since Adam hyped him up. I think Adam sent that guy on a positive trajectory.
Slater is also a guy I would not be mad at if the Lions got somehow in the draft, depending on where if they decide to trade back or
If
not.
they trade back and get him,
Yeah.
I'd be happy with that. And we'll discuss that coming up in a little bit. We're going to have a Would You Rather, and we also have a fortune teller, Make Your Pick, coming up soon. But I wanted to get into what Kyle Shanahan said yesterday about his quarterback position, because you can't forget, the 49ers still have Jimmy Garoppolo, who took them to a Super Bowl and was one good throw away from winning that damn Super Bowl.
My favorite thing ever is this video.
So Kyle Shanahan yesterday was asked about the future of Jimmy Garoppolo on the team, and this is what he had to say.
I can't guarantee that anybody in the world will be alive Sunday, so I can't guarantee who will be on our roster on Sunday. So that goes for all of us.
But, like, for real, how do you answer that question, though? When you're asked about the future with the quarterback.
You don't answer
not
it
like
by
that.
saying the dude may be dead.
Yeah, you don't say that. But it's like, it was one of those, I don't think, I'm not taking it as literal as people are on the internet right now. It's
Man, that was a horrible way to answer the
was
question.
bad.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to be the quarterback on Sunday. Jimmy G might get shot.
Right? He might go to a house party at Central. Who knows?
What if he did? Oh, man.
Too soon?
No,
Okay.
they're both doing well.
As long as he's okay, right?
Yeah, if he died, then it would have been too soon.
Right.
But homie's good.
No, but, I mean, you didn't hear him say that about George Kittle.
No.
George Kittle may not be our tight end. Hell, George Kittle may be dead by Sunday.
And there's a chance he might be, but you just don't say that.
So if you're the 49ers and you know you're going to shoot your quarterback in the face, where are you going with that third pick? Obviously, there's 3 left after Zach Wilson's gone and Trevor Lawrence is gone. You know, you got the big 3. You got Trey Lance. You got who? Mac Jones. And then, of course, you got Joey's boy, Justin Fields. Joey, I'm going to start with you because I'm assuming that's where you would go if you had the number 3 overall pick.
Plot twist. Yeah, I'm going with Justin Fields. These other 2 guys, it's just way too much of a rip. Damn, when you look at yourself on camera and you just got that lineup, ooh, I'm looking clean today.
Talk about football, Joey.
But no, when you look at these other quarterbacks, I look at it as it's too high of a risk. And if this were to be something that you were able to grab a couple picks later on in this first round, then I would say, all right, well, you got a later pick, so this is not really risking too much. But when you're talking about the 3rd pick in this draft, you got to be sure of who this is going to be. And truthfully, the only one of them 3 that I think is a sure success in the NFL is going to be Justin Fields.
I mean, Justin Fields has all the intangibles. We saw him against Clemson this game right here. He gets hurt, but he keeps playing with that broken chest. You know, the epilepsy thing has kind of surfaced, but I think that went away real quick. Like, that was talked about for all of a day, and now I haven't heard mentioned since. And when you look at everything that he's accomplished in his career, he's definitely more accomplished than Trey Lance. I don't know about Mac Jones.
You know, and also about the epilepsy thing. They were saying that he's I like how they worded it. He's managing it. He's not battling it. So I like that term of managing. It means that he seems that he has it under control. And from a lot of things that I've read about NFL players who have had epilepsy, I believe outside of Samari Rolle, a lot of them have outgrew it.
Yeah, I don't know enough about epilepsy to honestly sit up here and speak on, you can outgrow it. Yeah, it won't affect you. Like, I don't have it. I don't know anybody. I may know somebody who has it, but nobody's ever told me that they've had it. You know, I've just seen the warnings in front of video games and movies.
Yeah.
Like, that's really all I know about epilepsy.
And the thing about it is I read a couple articles on this just to really see if this is going to be something. Because, I mean, if it's a bad health condition, then that's unfortunate. And obviously it would hurt the way that he's drafted. But it was one of those things that with the advancements of medicine, I was reading that it's something that it's not curable, but it's just something that this medicine will at least control for you. Because you look at it's a genetic thing. So a lot of people in his family has the same thing. And no issues with any of them. He's gone through his entire football career thus far, not a single issue with it.
So you've been on the Justin Fields train since literally the college season, and you're not getting off it. That's who you would take at number 3 over Trey Lance and Mac Jones.
Yes.
All right. Corey, what about you? Who are you taking?
Come on, you already know who I'm taking. It's not Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
No, I'm going with Trey Lance in this situation. Look, Mac Jones is a great QB, but to me, from just a few things that I'm reading, also from a lot of different scouts, he has a weak arm, arm that's not going to translate well into the pro game. Now, he's very accurate. He goes through his weeds well. Vision is on point. But that's really about it. He's not a great athlete. He's not agile. And on the next level with how the game is changing right now, you're going to want a mobile quarterback. Trey Lance fits that mold. Now, I don't really like him as far as I think his vision can get better. I think he's pretty slow going through his reads, and he kind of like stares down and locks on one target. But those are some things that I believe that if he sits for 1 year, maybe 2, you never know. If he sits for at least a year, those are some things that he can work on. He is a superior athlete, strong arm, can throw through tight windows. Want to see him work on his accuracy a little bit more there, but he's a top-tier athlete, and I don't believe that you trade up to get Mac Jones. You trade up to get a Trey Lance, and then you're betting on him being a great prospect. I don't think any of these QBs are. I mean, Trevor Lawrence I think we're safe to say he's going to be at least good, but I don't think any of these QBs are a surefire winner. But I believe, as far as a prospect, I like Trey Lance better as a prospect.
Yeah, the thing that scares me about Trey Lance is he took last year off. He's only really had 1 year of college football, and it wasn't at an elite level. Like, he was playing against Eastern Washington and teams like that. So I haven't seen enough of Trey Lance. Obviously, he's got all the intangibles. He's got all the measurables that you have in the combine as well. But to me, Trey Lance is the biggest risk. He's the lowest floor, highest ceiling of all these guys.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely taking a risk on him. But, again, I would trade up to take that risk. I wouldn't trade up to get a Mac Jones because the Mac Jones is going to be – if you would have traded down, let's say, I don't know, 9 or 10, Mac Jones is going to be a top 10 QB, but I don't think he's going to be 3.
Okay. Well, I'm going with Mac Jones. And me and Adam had a debate about this, and really he didn't see Mac Jones as an improvement over Jimmy Garoppolo. I definitely do. And when I look at the other two, I look at the Justin Fields and I look at the Trey Lance of the world. Who's the guy that you could slide right in and still kind of compete for a championship? It's Mac Jones, because Trey Lance needs a learning curve. Like I said, he didn't play last year. He opted out, took the year off. The year before that is his only real college football, and he's got like 300 pass attempts in all of college football and not against elite competition. So not only is he taking a step up, like, if he would have went to D1, he would have taken a step up and had to make an adjustment. He's got to make the pro adjustment. So you're talking at least 2-3 years with Trey Lance. Like, he's not going to be full package, ready to go. And if I'm the 49ers, my window's not big.
But at the same time, I feel Mac Jones in the NFL, I think he'll be more of a game manager. And I would rather trade up and get a prospect than trade up for a game manager.
Yeah, but that's really kind of what I'm saying is he's the safer pick. Like, he's the plug-and-play guy. If you want a reliable guy this year that could potentially make the throw that Garoppolo couldn't, Mac Jones is your man. If you want to take the risk on the high ceiling, Trey Lance is your man. And if you want to kind of go in between, Justin Fields, I think, is the guy too. I just don't. Kyle Shanahan doesn't need a mobile quarterback in his offense. It's always based around motion of his wide receivers and his running backs. So I could see them going Mac Jones, but to trade up that high to get Mac Jones is mind-blowing to me if that's the route that they go.
And Kyle Shanahan needs something because, I mean, outside of that one Super Bowl year, he's a 6-win coach. Like, they have done much of nothing there. So hopefully for him, he gets his QB because 49ers ain't looking that great.
Yeah, I'll give them a pass for last year because they had like $90 million of payroll on IR at one point. So last year, I'll give them a pass. But you're right. Outside that Super Bowl run, you know, he's shown
he's all right.
Yeah, not greatness. He's just shown that he's a good coach. Joey, will you be disappointed if Justin Fields falls?
Past this pick?
Yeah.
The only way I'm disappointed is if Justin Fields goes past like 10 in this draft.
Past 10.
Yeah, because like I look at it as a lot of teams, like you look at Kyle Shanahan in this one, maybe a Justin Fields just isn't his type of player in this draft. But when you look at the leadership, you can't compare the leadership within Justin Fields in this right now because Justin Fields, like you see so many times just the way that he is on that field as a leader. Where I look at Mac Jones, I look at him as truthfully just as a quarterback in college. It's a quarterback that I just feel like is too much risk because there's really not that crazy high ceiling with him because you see what you get out of him, and Trey Lance is just too much risk for me. So if I was there picking this one, I'm going Justin Fields just because of what I've seen and just that athleticism and what that would change to this team's offense.
Yeah, it would definitely change the offense, and that would be the only thing I'd be concerned about if I'm a Kyle Shanahan is, you know, how far do I want to go that way when I have a proven system with the guys that I have in place? Or are they just smoke screening everybody and take Kyle Pitts just to screw the whole system?
They could. This all could be a big smoke screen. I mean, you never really know. I do like the fact that they're playing, you know, poker. I mean, but who knows? I do still think they need to go QB. I just personally wouldn't go with Mac Jones. I mean, for me, I would go Trey Lance. If not Trey Lance, then Justin Fields. But Mac Jones would be the last out of that group.
All right,
QBs
well, we're going to find out Thursday who the 49ers take. I don't think they're trading out of that position because they gave up too much to get it. So we will find out on Thursday night. And speaking of threes, if you have over 3% on your mortgage or financing, make sure you call David Hall Mortgage today, and they will hook it up. It's a free evaluation on your current home loan, and they could probably get that number down for you into the threes and save you a ton of money. Because you look at a home loan, and you look at the interest rate that you're paying every month. Like, I got mine locked in at 5% right now, and it sucks. So I'm transferring over to Hall Financial because All those little percentages add up, and you could be saving hundreds of dollars a month. So go to davidhallfinancial.com. Lower payments, better options, more personal attention. That's Hall Financial. Welcome back. It is the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. My name is Stick. Thank you for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show. So, I want to play a little bit of choose your fortune teller type stuff. We got 3 options here, right? The NFL draft is going on Thursday, and don't forget, we're going to be partying at the Del Mar in Greektown. We're going to be doing a live watch party. Only about 100 people are allowed in because that's what the state is allowing right now. But at the same time, we're going to have a good time. And if you want to guarantee entry, make sure you let us know, and we'll put you on our guest list. Joik Bell is going to be there. We've had some confirmation from other professionals that are going to be there. We got a bunch of social media influencers for the Detroit Lions that are going to be down there. And it's just going to be fun to have a little party atmosphere while we see what is going on and who the Lions are taking. Maybe at 7, maybe they move up, and maybe they move down. And that's exactly what I want to talk about. If you're the GM of the Detroit Lions right now, of those 3 options, what are you most comfortable with? Do you want to trade up? Do you want to trade down? Or are you happy sitting at number 7? Corey, since we kicked it off with Joey last time, let's start with you, man. What you want to do?
I want to trade down.
Trade down.
Most definitely. For one, I don't think there is any reason to trade up. If the Lions, first of all, I don't think the Lions need to get a QB, but I believe if they were to get a QB, one of those top 5 QBs would be available to them at number 7. So there's no reason to trade up for a QB. Standing pat, I would not have a problem if they stood pat either. You know, that's cool with me because there's going to be an abundance of talent available to them. But for where the team is right now, they are trying to rebuild. They need to rebuild by getting younger talent at a cheaper price. So what you can do is you can do that through the draft. If they trade down and they are able to still stay in the first round and acquire more picks later in the later rounds and maybe get another first next year or maybe the year after that, don't know. I believe that will be the right way for them. That takes the pressure off of them having to nail the number 7 pick. And then still, if they trade down, let's say anywhere between 15 through 19, they are still getting a lot of good talent that they can plug in and they can contribute right away. That is, I think, would be the best way for them to go ahead and do it. There's no reason for them to move up. So it's either trade down for me would be the ideal option.
How far are you willing to trade down?
Well,
that's the question. Like, will you trade down to like the late 20s if that's offered you at an additional first round next year? Like, let's say New England. New England, what are they sitting at? 16, 15 right now? Let's say they offer you that 16 and then maybe like a second round next year. You making that trade?
Yeah, I'll make that trade because it takes the pressure off of you. Takes the pressure off of you screwing up at number 7. You're able to trade down. You're probably able to get one of those top 3 linemen, maybe a decent I don't want to say corner, but wide receiver. I mean, we've seen some mock drafts that had the Lions going Patrick Surtain. So, but if you trade down, I just believe it takes the pressure off you. And then Brad Holmes said it on Friday. There's really no ceiling as to how far back he'll trade in the draft if they get the right deal. So I think that's something to keep your eyes on.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what we do because we have the assets if we want to trade up. Like, let's say they love Kyle Pitts and they really want him at number 4.
Yeah.
We can go get him. Like, we have the assets to go do that. And I always like cashing in your check early and taking some more value for it if you can because these are all draft picks. We don't know what any of them are going to be, so the more bullets you have in your gun, the more likely you are to hit something. And Joey, what are you doing?
That's the biggest thing. So if GM Joey were to hop on, I would have to – I asked myself this as the first question is there any pick in this draft that if you get it, it's going to forever change your team right away? Is it going to have that big impact? And obviously being at number 7 is good, but why would you move up? There's no guy in this draft right now that if we were to get would change the future of our organization. We're still a part of this rebuild. And with that being said, I mean, we've done some good offseason moves to where we made some trades and got better draft capital for this draft and for future drafts coming up. And if we can get more in these future drafts and focus on that, that's a W to me because, yeah, we might get a pick at number 7 and it works out. But is that still going to be the thing that takes us to that next level that really puts us in a better position, or is it not?
And I want to read off a couple of quotes from Brad Holmes from that press conference that I think that'll kind of bring some context to the conversation. So here he was talking about his assessment on the number 7 pick and if he's had conversations about moving down. Well, I will say the value of it is extreme. It's extreme value, I would say. Ooh, he talks weird. Even when you're picking in the top 10, obviously it's an extreme value pick. It's very exciting to be looking at this crop of players that will be worthy of selecting. Where I just came from, I wasn't really used to picking in the first round that much, being up in the top 10. But at number 7, we have a cluster of players that we're comfortable with picking. At the same time, we'll be very prepared and also move in either direction. We're still open in those regards, but there's a cluster of players we'd be comfortable with. He said they've had discussions with teams and had discussions in-house about moving down. And the last quote I want to read is the one I talked about with the floor. Hold on, I just lost it that fast. That's my fault. But basically, he's just saying that there's really just no room to how far back they'll go back.
No room. Okay. So I
floor.
got 3 trade scenarios that just popped up on my screen. And like we discussed, the Patriots. Patriots get the 7th overall pick. Lions get the 15th, 2021 second round, and a 2021 4th round, and a 2022 second round. You taking that? Just to move down 8 picks, you get 2 second rounds and a 4th? You don't like that?
To move back 8 picks, so we would go 15?
Yep, we go 15.
I mean, that's not bad.
It's not.
Then there's another
more
mock
bodies.
trade. Chicago Bears would get the 7th overall pick. We would move down to 20th and then get a first-round pick in 2022 plus Akeem Hicks.
But that's the Bears. I don't want to give the Bears anything good.
That's the thing. Do we want to hand the Bears a franchise quarterback? Or, I mean, we saw what they did last time with their high quarterback pick. They took Mitch Trubisky over Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. The Deshaun Watson thing may be a good decision in the long run, but on the field, it does not matter. That was horrible. They moved up to number 2 to get Mitch Trubisky. Number 2!
The greatest draft pick in history.
Oh, my God. And Mitch Trubisky, honestly, kind of reminds me a little of Trey Lance. And I know that sounds weird, but I'm just looking at they had 1 year of productivity and got judged off of that. And that's when people went nuts for him. Trey Lance, obviously faster, stronger arm. But when I'm talking about 1 year of college productivity at a program that I don't really have too much trust in, a North Carolina program, okay, you were a good quarterback at North Carolina. And the Bears went all in on this dude. 2nd overall pick. So, yeah, do you give them the number 7 to fuck it up again?
I like the other one more than that.
You like the other one more than that?
Yeah, I'm with Joey. I'm not helping out the Bears with anything. You're on your own. But I did find the quote. The print was so small. Again, here's Brad Holmes on if there's a floor on how far he will be moved back in the draft. No, I wouldn't say that there's a floor. I think that would probably be pigeonholing yourself. I'm very, very leery of anchors, I would say. I try to avoid as many anchors as possible. You always want to go into it kind of through a sound process and kind of, knowing what you're doing. Okay, well, if you did slide back there, then you're looking at the subset of players potentially. So how do we feel about these players? If you moved up, you might be looking at this player if you stayed. So I think you just go back to preparation period and not having to anchor yourself with a certain floor. So
okay. Yeah, I mean, I love how they've been fluid with everything.
Yeah.
I do not know what they're going to do on Thursday. And normally I have some sort of inclination on where we're going. Especially last year. Like, they just telegraphed it to the whole damn league. They sent out smoke signals what they were doing.
Yeah, they play, like I said, they played poker, and then, like, the dealer gave out the cards, and they said, all right, here's what we got.
Right. You guys still want to trade? Because we're going to take a cornerback. Oh, no, my quarterback's going to be there at 5. Thank you very much. There's another trade on the board. This one we've kind of talked about several times. It was rumored in the Atlantic like 2 months ago. Washington would receive the 7th overall pick. We would move back to 19th and get a first-round pick in 2022.
Love it.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Out of those 3 trades, you like that?
I like it.
I like the. it's tough because 2 second rounds was in the other one, but I mean, then you're getting a couple first-round picks in the next draft.
Yeah, well,
And
we'd
that's
have
amazing.
3. We'd have 3 because we already got one in the Stafford deal. So 3 first-round picks, and I like trading with a team like Washington that you don't know that the Washington could go 3-14 next year. And yes, the math is right. There's 17 games. They're 3-14 next. I still got to adjust my
brain on that one.
Yeah, it's so weird to say 3-14, but yeah, they could go 3-14. We could have like 2 top 5 picks next year if we made that trade.
That would be crazy.
Wouldn't that be wild? Like, and honestly, hopefully, I mean, not hopefully. Well, yeah, hopefully the Rams suck.
Hopefully.
And we get a top 15 pick out of the Rams. I don't see that happening, but injuries, you never know. Stafford hasn't been healthy the last 2 years. He could go down week 1, and they could be forced. I don't even know who the hell their backup is at this point.
Or Stafford could just be completely healthy and be Stafford, and they still give us a top 15 pick. So.
Yeah, there you go. So I would take that any day of the week. So you guys, you want to move back?
That's probably the best decision.
Corey, you want to move back?
I want to move back.
I'm okay with whatever they do. I got to be honest. I'm really open to this. If they stay the same at 7, I hope they go offensive line and, take our boy Sewell. I always have a problem with that. Penne. I always have a problem with his last name. But if they move back and can land a Rashawn Slater, I'm happy with that. So to me, the Lions, for the first time in my life, I feel like unless they really reach for somebody, they cannot screw up what they're going to do this draft.
The only reason everybody hold on to your seats. The only reason the Lions would need to move up is if they were going to try to get Kyle Pitts. And the thing is, you would not move up and grab Kyle Pitts. You would hope something like that falls to you, because if you're talking about mutiny in the city, if they drafted another tight end at number 7, imagine if they traded up to get a tight end. People will be going down the Ford Field with pitchforks and everything. So I just think that right now, if they did stay at number 7, like I said, I'd be cool with it. But I think the one scenario they should not do is trade up.
See, if they went after Pitts, I wouldn't. This isn't as egregious as the past draft picks of tight ends. Like reaching for an Eric Ebron, you're like, what the hell? Why are you doing that? Reaching for a Brandon Pettigrew, like what? Why are we reaching for these guys? Then you got a Kyle Pitts, who everybody agrees, like, let's remove tight end from his name. He's the best pass catcher available.
Yeah.
So to me, I wouldn't be so mad if they went after Kyle Pitts as I would like the Ebron days or the Pettigrew days, because obviously you saw that blew up in our face. And
Ebron looked good in college too.
At where? North
Exactly.
Carolina.
Exactly.
The land of busts. And there's actually 2 running backs coming out this year from North Carolina, Javonte Williams and Michael Carter, who are very highly touted in the fantasy world. And North Carolina has just produced bust after bust after bust. So I'm kind of afraid to draft those guys in my dynasty league too, not to get too far into dynasty talk. But
Did you just really say Ohio State quarterbacks don't produce in the NFL?
no, I didn't.
It's pretty much what you just said.
No, I said North Carolina produced busts. I'm talking cornerback or quarterback. I'm talking wide receiver. Like, who from North Carolina has ever been good? Well, this isn't a pitting.
Literally, all I can think of is Michael Jordan.
Well, yeah, we're talking football.
I
here,
know.
Joey. We're talking
That's what I'm
football.
saying. There ain't nothing.
So we're gonna find out Thursday who and where and what and why we land where we do. Hopefully, the Lions have a plan going in. I think they do, and if they don't, they've done a very good job of holding their cards to their vests and not letting other people see. So hopefully, we can exploit other people's stupidity, like maybe the Bengals. Maybe the Bengals screw up, and we get a Jamar Chase or something like that falls down to us. What's up, Fish? What do you want to do?
I would say at number 7.
You would?
I would say at number 7. Hey, did you guys release Mikey TikTok? Do you guys push him away and he doesn't want to come back anymore?
No, he should be here at 9. That's
Yeah.
normally when he gets in.
All right, just want to make sure you guys didn't push him away after yesterday. What happened?
Oh, no, I think he's fine. I hope he's fine.
I hope he's fine.
All right.
He better be
Why, you
fine.
thought we were too tough on him yesterday?
I thought you were too tough on the air.
On the
and,
air?
And maybe that's just me, but whip him off the air. That's fine. Say you messed up, yada yada yada. But on the air, I mean, you got people watching.
but that's the thing, though,
and he's
Fish.
humiliated already. Now he's got to have people watch him be humiliated. But that's me. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
But the hard part is when we give you time on the show
Yep.
and we give you a bit, we got to give you our natural reaction to it. Otherwise, we're being fake. Like, if me and Joey and everybody was up here like, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
No,
in my
I mean,
life.
you
and
could say
everybody
it was,
watching is like, that sucked. Then we look like assholes.
you could say it was bad,
It was.
but
We did
I
say
don't know.
that
To me,
in
you
a
just-
more aggressive way, but that's the thing about it, Fish. In the media world, too, is you got to keep it real. You got to keep it 100 always, because people that are watching right now, people that are listening right now, they hear that bit. They're probably thinking what we said. So we got to be the ones to just call it out, because it's our product at the end of the day,
Yeah. So,
and it's only making him better.
listen, I love Mikey TikTok. I think he's hilarious. I just think that last bit he tried to go a little left when we were on the right path of doing the weekend update style funny sports bits, and then all of a sudden now we're making it The Office. It's like,
well, you got to respect. You tried something new. I
do
respect that.
I do respect that, but sometimes when you try something new, you fail.
Yeah.
and that's what happened yesterday.
that
But we love
happens.
Mikey TikTok. Hopefully he shows up today, and we weren't too hard on him, right, Joey? Hopefully he shows up today.
Mikey, get your ass in here. Where you at?
So real quick, did we say any good North Carolina football players? Were there any?
I honestly couldn't think of any.
You know what? I can't believe it. I mean, I didn't think of this either. They produced one of the greatest football players of all time, Lawrence Taylor.
That's where LT went? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Okay.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah.
we're going back to the, late 70s or
Yeah,
early 80s?
late
but okay.
80s.
All right.
Late-
They got one. They got him.
They got one.
They got one. That's a big one, though.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I mean, that is a...
But let's be fair. Besides him, okay, I'll give them Jeff Saturday. He's pretty good, but
Saturday was a defensive center.
but outside of that,
Or guard. Yeah.
it's been kind of a miss.
Lately, it's been miss after miss,
Miss
after
after
miss.
miss.
So, you know what? Can't miss 8 Mile Vodka. Yes, it's smooth, it's wonderful, and it's made here in Detroit, which, why would you ever buy another product that wasn't made here in Detroit? If we learned anything throughout the pandemic and stuff like that, it's you need to support local. You need to support the people around you, because those are the people that are in your community, and those are the people that are going to make your community better. 8 Mile, it's all about that. Like I said, they're born in Detroit. That's their slogan. It's on the back of this bottle, and it's really good. It's really smooth, really tasty. I did my slap shot last Friday. Joey, we got to play that slap shot back. It's up on Woodward. It's up on the Morning Woodward Instagram right now. That chick slapped the hell out of me.
Yes, her name was Daniela, I think, and that girl, she wound up on that one.
Yeah,
Like,
she slapped harder than any guy at this network has slapped me so hard.
It seemed like there was something going on in her life to where she just wanted to get all of that aggression build up out and just got you.
Yeah, I asked her. I'm like, who hurt you? Like, who hurt you? But either way, don't get hurt. Get your bottle of 8 Mile Vodka right now at Meijer stores or your local watering hole. If it's not there, ask for it by name, and we will get it in the stores for you. So thank you, everybody at 8 Mile. I love this vodka.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand.
Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads. They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
Yeah, so we just talked about Kyle Shanahan taking a morbid turn when asked if Jimmy G will be on the roster on Sunday, and this was his answer.
I can't guarantee that anybody in the world will be alive Sunday, so I can't guarantee who will be on our roster on Sunday. So that goes for all of us.
Dude said it with a straight face
Right.
on and everything.
He may die in a plane crash on the way to the, I don't know, he may not be here. Like, why is that the first place he went? Because he's already dead?
I don't know. Maybe he was trying to be sarcastic, have some dark humor there. I just think that was just not the time for it.
Right, trying to be introspective. Like, hey, in the scheme of life, none of us may be here. Like,
I don't know. Maybe he was trying to go Seinfeld-ish, but just kind of failed. I don't get the response
You
there.
think it was kind of like a Mikey TikTok where he tried to be funny, but he wasn't?
I don't know. I don't know.
The New York Knicks were on a 9-game winning streak, but the second best team in the West ended that last night. The Phoenix Suns beat them by 8 with this dagger three-pointer by CP3, who's on another Woodward Sports Update back-to-back. Look at this guy.
He's been smooth all season, man. What he's done for the Suns is absolutely incredible. Keep your shirt on, CP3. You ain't Joey.
I ain't gonna front. I'm not one who backtracks. When I saw CP3 go to the Suns, I'm like, it's the Suns, whatever. But he's proven that he's one of the top point guards of all time. But everywhere he goes, he turns them into a playoff team.
And it's crazy because what is he, 35? 5 years
about to be
old.
36. And the thing is, he's not slowing up. There was one point I was worried about, and that's still a worry of mine. I worry about CP3 when it comes to the playoffs. Like, he's great during the regular season, and I'm not saying he goes ghost in the playoffs, but when he does go ghost, he just can't stay healthy. So I'm just hopefully this season he's able to kind of just stay healthy through this run with the Suns because he has him looking pretty impressive.
And no, the Detroit Pistons won yesterday. Oh my gosh!
Why?
Why
No,
are they not tanking?
No, don't be the tanking guy. I will walk over there and smack the shit out of you.
Kidding.
Right.
That's how Twitter blew up yesterday. I was happy as hell to see the Detroit Pistons whooping the Atlantic Hawks ass yesterday
Atlantic
by
Hawks.
14.
All right.
The Atlantic Hawks by 14 yesterday. And
look at the oop.
Yep.
Killian throwing oops, man.
That's another game with 5+ assists. That's 6 games straight for him.
That is what we need out of Killian Hayes, and like he is so smooth when he plays. I'm gaining a crush for Killian Hayes, and I'm happy it's happening because I thought I'd be in love with him by now, but obviously the injury put him out for the majority of the season. So, but I think that time sitting back and watching, because his first 5 games, not great.
Totally different player.
Literally, he looks so comfortable on the court now. So, yeah.
I think all of them look comfortable now that they got the old-ass vets out the way because now they are just able to just go out there and play. They just now have their coaches' voices in their ear, not maybe a Blake Griffin or Derrick Rose saying do this. They're on the right way.
And that's what's so crazy because at the beginning of the season you're like, oh my God, they have these savvy veterans to learn under. Like these guys, they're going to help them along the way. And then once they leave town, these guys get better. And it's like, okay, maybe my whole philosophy of having savvy veterans teach the youngsters doesn't really matter. That's what you have a coach for. Let the coach teach the guys. Get Blake Griffin's dumb, faking ass out of here.
But there's certain veterans, though, that is true. Like, if you're a point guard under CP3, you're going to be learning.
Fair enough.
You're going to be learning. But when you got
power forward under Blake Griffin, you ain't learning a damn thing.
And it's like a power forward that's trying to play like a point guard and trying to play like a shooting guard. It's just there was no good leadership there. And then when you see them two get out the way, and even when you saw Blake and you saw Derrick Rose sitting down a game, you saw these rookies kind of go out there and do what they're doing right now, and it's showing that it's true. Another guy, DJ Andre Drummond, getting posterized by some dude named Chuma Okeke yesterday.
I love that name.
He got Okeke.
Okeke. Look at this. Andre Drummond, get some. Get some. Andre Drummond is he's got his career low average in points for the Lakers right now, only at 11 a game.
That's crazy.
It's going to be that. I mean, especially with AD coming back to getting back to his normal self, and then Bron getting back. Drummond's not going to be getting any points. He's there for one reason: protect the damn rim and take some of the defensive load off of AD and Bron. He's not.
Are you still on the? He's going to be the difference maker for them.
Yeah,
bandwagon?
defensively, yeah.
Okay.
That's why that was my only caveat. He's going to take the. I kept saying the whole time. I'm still consistent. He's going to change things for them defensively.
He's only averaged 0.9 blocks a game, and he's got like 10 rebounds a game. So I mean,
you still got guys over there. He'll be just fine.
All right, I'm still thinking he's going to suck, but we'll see. Time will tell. That's why we love sports. That's why we get to have these discussions, and at the end of the season, we both get to look back and be like, "Oh, you were right," or "I was wrong."
Football stuff, I'm hit or miss, but basketball, I'm pretty damn on point about it.
My man. Another guy who is on fire right now is Shohei Ohtani, who became the first pitcher since Babe Ruth to start a game while leading the MLB in home runs.
That's awesome. I love this guy so much.
And here he is scoring the first run of the game, and then he got ready to go pitch the bottom of the first inning.
And, there's some people that complain about the DH. This is why or there's some people who complain about pitchers hitting,
Yes,
and love the DH. Like I believe Maz from The Hook wants everybody to have a DH. No, this is why you let athletes be athletes, and it will turn out better than if you just keep plugging in hitters that just sit on the bench for the 90% of the game only to go take some hacks. Like, you need your pitchers to perform like this. They're capable of it. They can do it, and I love this type of baseball. So whenever you take the pitcher out of batting, you're taking him out of half the game. I always wonder, at what point in baseball careers does the best kid, who is usually the pitcher and the hitter, stop being the hitter anymore? They're just like, focus on pitching. You're not allowed to hit. Like, it's stupid. It's stupid.
It's like if you were on a basketball court and they were to say, yeah, you're only on defense. Don't do anything on offense. Don't do anything on offense. And it doesn't make sense. It's literally half the game.
No, I love Ohtani and what he's doing, and that he's really showing out and just showing people, listen, pitchers can hit too. And it's the way it should be. Adam was telling me yesterday that he's breaking video games because, like, the coders of the video games aren't used to having pitchers being able to hit, so they got to go in and recode this guy, and like it's causing chaos because of how good this guy is. I love it.
Anytime
I absolutely
you hear
love
the
it.
first since Babe Ruth, that's crazy, right?
It's a while
there.
ago.
It's a while ago.
It's a while ago.
And we got to say a good morning to all of the Joshes around the world. And if your name is Josh, you have a new king.
Yeah, what's up, Joshes?
It is crazy. You can play some of these videos. This whole world of Joshes blew up these past couple of days.
Yeah, so if you didn't hear, there was an internet challenge where one Josh challenged all the other Joshes for the rights to the name Josh. And then it just slowly picked up, being viral, and all these Joshes said they were coming, and look at this. This is the power of the internet. It's stupid, but that's the power of the internet. All those dudes showing up with their foam noodles, and they were fighting it out for supremacy.
Quite offended that none of them had masks on.
I think it was in Texas, so they were good.
Probably was.
But they ended up crowning the winner of Josh, and it was, I believe, a 5-year-old boy, and here he is taking his acceptance speech.
Can I have a few words on your thoughts on the big win? I'm just making sure.
Quiet, everyone, and they're always
Quiet down! He's 5, everybody!
The noodle's bigger than his face.
Right? Look at, he gets the crown, though. Look at this. Look at this crown. Boom! So the Battle of Joshes went on, and that is your new leader. His name is Josh. He's 5 years old, and the good thing about him, as I heard, he's had a backstory of some health issues, being in and out of the hospital. For that moment to happen, pretty cool for Joshes.
And a little preview of some games tonight. We got the Detroit Red Wings taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets at 7 o'clock, and then the Tigers, after sadly getting swept by the KC Royals, take on the White Sox at 8:10 tonight. And I just wanted to give a little shout out and also a big thank you to everybody at Northwestern Tech, Mary, Bobby, everybody there yesterday, and of course the coolest janitor that we've ever met in our life by the name of G. It was just a great experience there to really see the behind the scenes of Northwestern Tech and how much time they really spend with their students. Like, when I say this is for real a life-changing career option that you could do for yourself, heating and cooling, an industry that will be here and needed forever, and it's pandemic proof. So it's a 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program that I want you to learn about right now by going to northwesterntech.edu, because this might be the perfect career for you.
Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. I'm trying to find me a shirt. Ooh, look at these swimming shorts. What are you doing over there, Stick?
I'm trying to find me a drink. Ooh, look at these bonfire bitters.
Ready for summer.
Let's go. Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Live streaming right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And shout out to everybody in the YouTube comments today. YouTube is lit today, man. Everybody's in there going nuts. Yeah, it's lit, baby. Facebook, thank you guys for commenting like you do each and every morning. We appreciate you being a part of the show. And if you have Twitch, head on over and subscribe to us, because we're trying to build our Twitch up right now.
You ever spend time on Twitch?
A little bit. It's just, it's chaos.
Some of it is the weirdest streams that you just stumble upon, and I'm like, what's going on here? It's crazy, but that's the world we live in. People just watch other people play video games and might as well watch
It's almost
Woodward
like chat
Sports.
roulette.
Look, I go home sometimes, and one of my my little cousins, they be there every now and then. So when I go home, they are just there on my couch watching other kids play games. I'm like, dude, you just brought your PS5 or over here. Like, why are you watching other kids play games? What the hell? I don't get it. It's weird.
It's where it is. I mean, they watch kids play with toys on YouTube all the
Yeah.
time. Like,
My niece loves that.
What is going on? What is going on? I don't understand it. Like, I'm about to sit here for hours and watch another kid play with toys.
when you could go play with the same toy.
But think about what this does. Like, if you're just playing there with some like Melissa and Doug toy or whatever, that kid is gonna want to buy it. So these videos, man, they're probably killing it for the retail side of it.
Oh, definitely. There's that kid that when we did the toy drive here,
Got his own toys.
Was it Josh or something? Or
I don't remember his name, but yeah.
But he was on every damn toy that people were bringing in. Like it's Josh's approved or whatever his name was.
Got his little thumb up on the box.
What's up, Fish?
Is his name Ryan? Is that his name?
Ryan. That's right.
Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan approved, and like it's like all right, and it was a bouncy ball. It's like how do you? All right, what's different from this bouncy ball? But either way, kids be watching kids play, and hopefully you can watch us watch a draft because that's what we're doing at the draft party. It's similar to the same thing. I mean, when we host these watch parties,
that's actually very true.
So,
I mean, we're at least engaging.
Yeah, we're talking to you. You know,
these kids suck,
and we're watching the same thing. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy our draft party, which is on Thursday, and watch it with us so you can see our reactions to what the Lions pick. And Corey, you have a video of last year's draft, your reaction
well,
to
not last year's, 2019.
Oh, okay, 2019's draft.
Yeah, I was at the draft in Nashville. I believe it was in Nashville. And first off, if you've never been to an NFL draft, I hope they get back to the way that things used to be. That was probably, outside of All-Star Game, best experience I've ever been to since working. You would love it. You would. Stick would be in heaven. Like you'd be like.
Just like,
where do I go? Where do I go?
Stimulation overload. Like,
I love how Corey just casually has this conversation. Like, yeah, if you want to go to the pro, we're a part of the Pro Football Writers of America. Corey,
you don't need to be there to go to the draft. It was actually surprisingly a ton of Lions fans at the draft as well. But they had the way they did it in Nashville. I think they're going to start hopefully doing it for other areas. They had like an area where there can be like a whole bunch of fans there. I saw so many Lions fans. Who else was down there? 49ers are actually pretty deep. 49ers fans are pretty deep. I thought the Raiders would have been deep. The least fans I saw there were actually the Titans.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't see no Titans fans.
I'm surprised that the Lions came out harder than them.
Oh, it's Nashville. We got a bunch of country fans up here in Detroit, man. They rode hard for that. And that was like the birth of Pat McAfee, too, at that event.
If it's in their state, you would think that they'd be there, though, you know?
But you said you had video of your reaction to us drafting T.J. Hawkinson?
Yeah. My friend Sheena Quick, she covers the Carolina Panthers. I saw her at the draft, and
nice.
She did video of me.
All right, let's watch this.
Come on. How you feeling?
I'm hurt.
Another tight end.
I'm hurt. And you ruthless. I'm hurt.
And you ruthless.
I love that little squeal laugh she got because she knows she's getting you at your worst moment. Like, gotcha.
I'm surprised she didn't have the other video because it was literally T.J. Hawkinson, and I just went. And every writer around me just started snickering. They did it again. And, hey, looks like I was kind of wrong on that one so far, so thank you.
And I love that. Like, I have no problem having a bad reaction and the Lions proving me wrong. Yeah. What I hate is when I had the bad reaction and I'm 100% right.
Right. It's like, we shouldn't be proving you wrong.
Right.
Right. So I look back on that video with happiness, like, thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Lions, for proving me wrong.
Yeah, no, Hawkinson's turned out to be a great tight end. I mean, he's top 5 in the league easily.
Yeah.
And you can argue top 3 if you really want to break it down. So, yeah, that was a great draft pick, and hopefully they can catch lightning in a bottle again with the number 7 overall pick coming up on Thursday. But, yeah, I mean, there's been drafts like even Jelani Tavai, when they drafted him, I wish I had video of me. And I wish we could probably go back and find video of ESPN. They didn't even know who the hell they were. They're like, who? I don't have him go until day 3. Why did they take him in the second round? Like, literally, that's how it went. Mel Kiper's
Smartest man in the room.
like what?
Smartest
Jelani Tavai? I've never even heard of it. Okay, sure.
Troy Polamalu's little brother.
Right. I wish. I wish.
He looks like him.
Yeah, he just got the hair, but I wish.
I want to go. You know what I'm going to do? I want to go back on my because on Facebook you can search like your old stuff and friends and everything like that. I'm going to search the post from that day when they drafted Tavai because I know a couple of my friends are like, who the F is that?
Yeah, and I'm still like, who the F is that? Why did we draft the slowest linebacker ever to come out of the combine, period? Like, it's just so crazy to me. I mean, and now he's a Lion, so I root for him to do well, but I've given him time, and he has not done well. Maybe the system that he was in with Matt Patricia, whatever, it hasn't worked out. And whenever I see all the national pundits going, who the fuck is going on to Tavai? It made me concerned. It really did. And we've had every right to be concerned with that. Now all we need is Jeff Okudah to become the greatness that we projected him to be.
I think Jeff Okudah, I don't know if he's going to be great or not, but I think he can be good. I just believe that he just got dealt a hand of bad coaching.
Yeah.
He continue to fall back on what Aaron Glenn said, and maybe he could have just been saying it for the press conference. But as a Lions fan, I saw it. They didn't look confident in what they were doing, not at all. So hopefully they can go ahead and he can be able to salvage his career. He's really young, and he was going to be a first. Let's keep this in mind. He may not be worthy of a top 3 pick, but Jeff Okudah was going to go in the first round regardless because he had a talented career as a Buckeye. So he'll be all right.
We gonna be all right too once June hits because
we gonna be all right.
We gonna be all right. It's 80 degrees today, guys, and this weather just got me thinking about summer plans. And I want to tell you about one thing that you got to check out, and it's our friends over at Sun RV Resorts because they got over 160 RV and camping resorts across the United States, across Canada. And this is a spot where guests could enjoy water parks, lazy rivers, mini golf. In that picture right there, you're looking at Petoskey, Michigan, where we're going to be with the Morning Woodward show in June. And it's just a spot where I want you to look at their website right now, sunrvresorts.com, and check out all of their beautiful resorts and book one for yourself because you will not regret this. It's Michigan. We love camping.
Dude, I can't wait to make some s'mores.
Oh,
like that's what I'm so looking forward to. Just sitting around a campfire with all of our friends. And
Woody's gonna love it.
I'm bringing Woody the Wonder Pup. He's gonna be up there. Make sure you follow him at Woodward the Pup on Instagram. Give him some follows today if you can.
And at Sun RV Resorts, follow them as well.
Yeah, need to get Woody to 100 followers though, so he can start becoming an influencer.
Yeah, he needs 10,000 so he can start doing swipe ups.
Swipe ups.
He needs swipe ups. Swipe ups.
Yeah, so Sun RV, I'm really looking forward to swipe ups.
Yeah, swipe ups.
There you go. But yeah, Sun RV, I'm looking forward to this vacation and this little party we get to do with them. So yeah,
we're bringing animals.
Yeah, I'm bringing Woody.
I might bring Bentley.
Hell yeah,
right, bring him.
Bring him. Yeah. We'll play Who Let the Dogs Out every morning. It's going to be amazing.
Sun RV Resorts.
When we come back, we got Adam's Bets to make you some money today. Let's do it.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Like that beat there. Shout out to my man DJ Stevie Beats for hooking us up with the beats. They're unlicensed, so we get to play them on Facebook and all the other social platforms. So thank you very much. Fish, before we get into bets, what you want to say, buddy?
I almost thought you had a Maz moment there where he forgot what he was supposed to do. Did you see that? I think it was on Friday.
No, what happened?
Where he played music and just sat there for 10 seconds because he didn't know he was supposed to do a read.
Oh,
so
no, I was just enjoying that beat,
I thought you were
man.
having a Maz moment where you forgot you were on the air. I was like, Stick, you gonna talk or?
No, sometimes you just gotta let the beat ride, Fish.
All right, I just wanted to make sure you were good.
Yeah.
Thanks for keeping people in check, Stick. Fish. Yesterday threw me off with Me and you in that bowl.
Dude, it was.
Oh, yeah.
They kept calling
I'm
me
still
fish
recovering.
too when they were talking to me. Like it's just everybody just associates fish.
And they
with
try
that
talking
spot.
to you like you're fish, and
Right.
like they expect me to make these fish noises.
They expected me to have bets ready and everything. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just here to make
Yeah.
sure the audio sounds good.
It's the first time we've ever had naming rights on it. Like obviously we got our MyBookie studio.
Yep.
But that's legit the Fish Bowl forever.
And that's Fish Cam forever. No matter who's in there,
Forever.
that's Fish Cam. Yeah, there it is. Point at it, Fish. That's Fish Cam, baby. Adam, how'd you do yesterday on your bets, man?
We did great. 4-1 yesterday. The only game that cost us, unfortunately, was the Miami Heat to cover against the Bulls. They ended up losing. But the Pelicans covered.
Damn right they did.
Phoenix Suns covered against the Knicks, and the Knicks had covered 13 games prior, so that was like a big game to go against. So I'm really happy with how yesterday turned out. So we'll look to go 4-1, if not 5-0 today. I'll get straight into it. We'll start with NHL. What am I going to do? I can't help it. I had to put 3 of them on, and 2 of them are going to be over at 5.5. I'll start with the Detroit Red Wings tonight. They play the Columbus Blue Jackets. Detroit have actually gone over in 6 of their last 9 games. I'm really confident. As long as Detroit can score 2 goals, 3 would be ideal. But if they can just get 2 goals, I expect this game to go over 5.5 goals very easily. Same for the Islanders Capitals game. I expect Washington to do majority of the scoring. And honestly, the best part about this, I'm getting both those games at underdog odds. I get the Wings at plus 115. I get Washington at plus 100. That's just free money. And then my underdog, super underdog of the night, I expect the Sabres to bounce back from a 6-3 loss to the New York Rangers on Sunday and beat them today. The Sabres are actually averaging 4.5 goals a game over their last 7. Super high powered ever since they ended that dreadful losing streak they had to start the year. And then I'll move into baseball. We'll take the Tigers playing today. I'll take the over at 7.5 runs. I expect Chicago to do a majority of the scoring.
I was going to say, so you're expecting Chicago to score 8. All
Detroit's
right.
bats are absolutely dead. Urena is on the mound today. I don't expect him to shut down the Chicago White Sox batting team. Bats. I don't know why I couldn't say bats. But anyways.
Hats for bats.
If the Tigers can get 3 runs, this game easily covers and goes over 7.5 runs. No issues there. And then we'll move into the Reds and Dodgers. I was kind of surprised by this. Most Dodgers games start at 10 or 11. The fact that I'm getting this at 7.5, and it's basically even money at minus 110, super concerning from a betting standpoint. This is free money. You got to take this. This is 100% lock. Cincinnati, hot bats. Los Angeles, hot bats. They always come out strong. No aces on the mound tonight, so I'm not sure where they got this line from. It's totally wrong, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, why do you think they're so far off on that line?
They're a good 2.5 runs off.
Right.
Most Dodger games start at 10. Like I said, 9.5, 10, even 11 at times when they're playing other high-powered teams like the Rockies or even the Padres. So this is off pretty badly. And again, I would be okay with that if maybe both teams' aces were on the mound. I'm like, okay, I can respect that. But no, this is wrong. Totally wrong. So take that bet. I really like it. And if you want to parlay it, $50, huge odds to win on this one. Actually, a lot of win potential. If you don't want to take all 5 games in a parlay, you can take 3 of them. It'll still pay out heavy. 3 of these games are all underdogs, and the last 2 are basically even money. So this is a super good ticket. You can bet individually on every single game and make significant money. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, I like the Tigers bet. I like the Reds and Dodgers bet today. Those would be my 2 favorites out of your picks. I don't really go with hockey because I'm not an expert in hockey like I am in the other sports, and I guess calling myself an expert is a little extreme as well. I just follow those other sports a little more closely. But, like last night, the Pelicans, that was a lock. That was a lock plus 3.5. Like, there was no way in my brain that it would happen to where they didn't cover those 3.5 points.
No. Pelicans, actually, speaking of threes, Zion Williamson is 3rd in the NBA in PER. Nobody mentions that. Nobody mentions how efficient he is. 8 of 11 yesterday.
Spin move is becoming unstoppable.
He
unstoppable.
is genuinely unstoppable. You can't guard him. If you try to post him up one-on-one, he's going to dominate, get a free bucket. If you double team him, he's going to kick out. He has so much intangibles. He's only going to get better. the league should be put on notice. This guy is as good as people thought he was, if not better.
Yeah, he's better.
Yeah.
He's better. He's impressed the hell out of me, and I just like.
He's put in the work.
I like how he walks all weird and shit. Like he's like a big baby. Like he's just built like a big baby, and he's out there just dominating.
Who would have thought 25 or 26 years later that the next incarnation of Charles Barkley would be Charles Barkley, but a better version who could actually handle the rock and could develop, if not just as good of an offensive game as Charles Barkley had.
Yeah,
it's kind of amazing.
There's really no comparables for him.
I think
like,
Barkley's the only comparable from a body stature standpoint.
Yeah, but even
his
look
game
at
is
old
totally
Barkley
different.
76ers stuff. Barkley looks thin compared to what Zion is. Like Zion's like Barkley / Shaq / LeBron.
Right.
Yeah,
he's got
that unnatural. He's got that unnatural build, which separates him from everybody. But he's a power forward, so you're like, oh, Charles Barkley had that kind of sort of stature, but he wasn't that thick. And it's unbelievable
He's like
seeing him play.
Shaq thickness, Barkley skill set, but LeBron's ability to bring the ball up the floor and shoot.
Yeah,
he's everything.
I mean, if he ever develops a 30 to 33% 3-point shot, he will basically become the next unguardable player in the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus.
That's what's crazy.
Like the only thing stopping Giannis from being one of the best players ever is he can't shoot the ball. And come playoff time, you're not going to be able to.
in basketball.
If you can't shoot the ball, you're kind of useless. So in the playoffs, when they're not calling fouls whenever you drive into the lane, James Harden found this out the hard way. I don't know if he's realized it yet, but so is Giannis over the last 3 postseasons. You're not going to get the calls every single time, and you're going to go like 8 of 23, and you're going to look like shit, and your team's going to get knocked out in the first or second round. So what are you going to do?
And when you look at like his shooting throughout his career, I mean, the dude's at 61% shooting.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
35% on threes.
You usually only see that for centers because they're under the basket and they're getting easy layups, easy hook shots. This guy is a jump shooter, 3-point shooter when needed. He does everything.
I like
it's
these
kind
two
of
comments.
impressive.
He's a breed between Barkley and Amari Stoudemire.
Amari Stoudemire's mid-range was kind of deadly, yeah.
And then Karl Malone. Jason Clark says Karl Malone.
Karl Malone was different. Karl Malone was so dominant. Anywhere between 12 and 18 feet, it was money.
Yeah, he had a better jump shot.
He had a way better jump shot. I don't think Zion could ever develop that good of a jump shot. But Zion under the basket probably going to be more dominant than Karl Malone.
Well, Adam, let's run through your bets one more time. I know we kind of got sidetracked talking about the beautiful man Zion Williamson, but
he'll do that to you.
Yeah, he will. He'll do that. He catches the eye.
Watch
that's
out.
for sure. I don't know who can not like Zion.
You can't not like him. He's a very good player. But my 5 bets today, 3 of them are going to be in hockey. The other 2 are going to be in baseball. I'll take 2 games at over 5.5 goals. Everyone knows how much of a fan I am of this bet. Not only am I a fan of it, I am a super fan of it when I get it at underdog pricing. So I'll take it in the Wings game and I'll take it in the Capitals game. I really, really like it. I'll take the Sabres as my underdog of the night, just in general, plus 250 to beat the Rangers. They lost 6-3 on Sunday. The Sabres have the goals to do it. I think they can. I think they can do it. If they can just not concede 6 goals, that would really help their chances. So if they can do that, I'm really feeling confident. I really like the number. I really like plus 250 on this. That is, I don't want to say free money, but that is a nice payout if this game hits. The next game is going to be the Tigers. I'll take the runs over at 7.5 between Chicago. Basically, I'm taking Chicago to score more than 7.5 runs. And then between the Dodgers and Reds, this is my super lock, and it's my biggest mistake of the night. This line should probably start at 9.5, if not 10. I'm not sure why the hell it's at 7.5. Take this line, run with it. The Dodgers alone in the first 3 innings could probably have this covered by themselves, let alone with the Reds. So those are my 5 bets. Bet them individually, put them in a parlay, have fun with it. And yeah, hopefully we'll kick ass like yesterday, go 4-1, or we'll go 5-0. One of the 2.
Yeah, and make sure if you want to get in on those bets, you do it at mybookie.com. That is where we place all of our bets here at Woodward Sports. And they're efficient, they're fast, the payout's fast, and it's good too. Whether you're a racehorse or a workhorse, between the NFL Draft and the Kentucky Derby, no shortage of odds, props, or horses to take the advantage of, and you can cash out at mybookie.com. Or mybookie.ag. Either way you want to splice it, that is where you got to go if you want to get in on these bets. And the best part is, you sign up today and enter promo code Woodward. We will match your first deposit up to 50%. So go to mybookie.com right now, enter promo code Woodward, and we will get you that free money up to 50%. Go get it.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey, Drug Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Hmm.
Thanks, mate. Oh, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Pour that out.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you to everybody participating in the show today, commenting on all of our social platforms. We see you, and we appreciate you being a part of the show every morning from 8 to 10 right here on Woodward Sports. My name is Stick. I got Corey up here. I got Joey up here. And coming up in a couple minutes, Rude Jude is going to join the show. You guys remember Rude Jude?
Oh, yeah.
He's on Shade 4-5. He used to be on Jenny Jones back in the day. Detroit
that was the big
boy.
start, right? The Jenny Jones stuff?
Yeah. And then Eminem shouted him out in a song, and that's when it was over.
Yeah.
17 years later, I'm as rude as Jude.
Yeah.
Hitting on a girl with the hugest boobs. They got no name. Okay, I could do the whole damn song if you wanted. But, yeah. So, Rude Jude's going to join the show. But we want to have a little bit of fun today. And I saw this hypothetical would you rather question. And I'm glad Adam isn't up here because his brain implodes when we discuss hypotheticals. But here's the question I want to present to everybody in this room. And we'll go around.
Here we go again.
We'll talk to Alex. We'll talk to Fish. We'll talk to Joey.
I'm Joey now?
Yeah.
We'll talk to Joey.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're looking good.
Thanks.
Looking good, Joey. Best you
My
ever had.
my favorite ever was Corey walks in today and he's got the pin on. It says black on. His stick's like, oh, wow, you're black.
I wouldn't have known. I had no idea before the pin.
Contrary to popular belief, even though I do listen to Maroon 5, I am.
What else does it say on that pin?
Hella black, hella proud.
Hella black.
Oh,
okay.
black. Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
That was great.
I love it. So here's the question I want to pose to everybody. You can call up and be a part of the conversation. 313-552-6322, or just drop your comment in the comments section no matter where you're watching. Would you rather shoot a layup for $1 million or shoot a three-pointer for $1 billion?
Easy
answer.
What's the easy answer?
I'm taking the three-point shot for the $1 billion.
What? Joey didn't think anybody would take the Billy shot.
Yeah, okay, look, here's my rationale on it for me. Just me personally. There is no shame in missing a three-point shot for $1 billion. It happens. But rims can be tricky. Just imagine if you smoked a layup for $1 million. I would never be able to sleep. So that's just off that logic alone. I'm pulling that trade ball for that $1 billion because I don't have either one of them in my pocket right now, so I might as well go for the gusto.
See, well, that's what I'm saying.
I love that, Corey. I love it.
You don't have either of them. It's not like you look at this option and you're like, oh, well, $1 million's nothing, so I'm going to just go for that $1 billion. I feel like you go for that $1 billion if $1 million means nothing, but $1 million means a lot to all of us. So it's a layup. If you can't make a layup.
The greatest point guards have missed wide open layups.
Against a defender, against something in a game.
This is pressure, though. You got $1 million on the line.
I am not an athlete. I am not a basketball player. I may watch a lot of basketball, but God did not bless me with that ability. So I'm going to be smart. You know what? I missed a three-point shot for $1 billion. Cool. But if I go up and I feel I got the layup and that thing just rolls off the rim, I'm going to be sick.
You hit the bottom of the rim.
I'm going to be sick if I miss $1 million layup. No, I'm going for the gusto. I need that Billy.
I want to turn this into some sort of contest. Like, well, what's something we could reason like $10 for a layup or $100 for that? Tie it with the charity. It's a $10 $5 buy-in or something.
Now here's something real funny. This is a true story. He still has the tape. So during I was interning for the Pistons, one of my fraternity brothers, it was his birthday, and we got him tickets for the Nuggets game. And I told him, like, hey, I'm going to get you to do the half-court shot. I can't remember whether it was $50,000 or $25,000 for the half-court. I can't remember.
Just to hit it once?
Yeah. So 20 like $25,000 for the half-court, $1,000. No, it was $10,000 for the half-court, $1,000 for the three-pointer. I think like $500 for a free throw and $100 for a layup. He went. I told him, wear gym shoes. I'm going to get you the shot. He didn't believe me. So I called him. I said, all right, so hey, go in the Pistons store and go buy you a Pistons t-shirt when he got to the arena. He said, for what? Dude, you're doing the half-court shot. I thought you were just talking. No, you're doing the shot, fool. I got on wingtips. Look, he took the shot, half-court, went like this. It was literally. I'm gonna try to get the tape from him because he hasn't watched it since. It was literally online to make that half court shot. I think for like 10 grand, and it lit right up under the rim.
You gotta give it up to him for going for it all, though.
Hey, I told again.
At that point, a shot's a shot. So if it's a free throw, if it's a 3-pointer, or if it's a half quarter, it's all the same. Well, free throws and 3-pointers. The half court, that's way next level harder.
Hold on. Hey! Mikey, get up here, Mikey. Get up here, Mikey. Get up here, Mikey. Normally, don't let people just walk on
any
screen.
camera you
Go
want.
to my full screen right now. Can you, Alex? Mikey, people were worried about you. They thought we
worried
really
about
did
you.
some emotional damage to you yesterday, and we just want to let you know we love you.
I was worried about him.
Man, look at the kid.
Fish is one of the people that were worried about you, and we're so happy you're here.
Hello.
Now tell him, get your hands off of me, Mikey.
Good morning.
Thank you. Welcome, Mikey.
The people were worried about you,
Yeah.
Mikey.
Your fans. All your fans, man. We got a call, Fish. Who we got on the line?
We got Pete. He wants to talk about what he's going to do, whether he's going to go for a layup or a 3-pointer. Let's make it.
All right,
Hope I know how to do this.
313-552-6322 is the phone number if you want to get in on this conversation. And Pete, what are you doing, buddy?
I am doing a layup.
And why the layup?
Because it's the easiest shot.
Fair enough. All right, that sounds
Okay.
logic.
And I think I would do that. I would make that as opposed to a 3-pointer. So,
Right, no, but we're talking about
Go ahead.
100 times. No, we're talking 1,000 times. Think of the percentages. Are you 1,000 times less likely to make a layup than a 3-point shot? Then the odds are better taking the billions.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have the strength to do the 3-point shot, but the layup, no problem.
Okay.
By the way, that's not how you do the odds on this.
Why?
That's not how you do the odds. It's way different than what you just said.
No, it isn't.
It's not 1,000 times the odds.
1 million times 1,000 is a billion.
Oh, I thought you meant the chances.
But
I thought you meant
know what?
the chances.
But maybe it's my age because I'm 57 years old. So layup is easier for me than a 3-pointer.
Yeah, I mean, age does go into consideration. That's for sure.
Let me further this question and switch it up just a little bit, if I may. 5 layups for $1 billion, or 5 layups or a 3-pointer for $1 billion.
Dude, I haven't given my answer, but I'm going billion all day long.
Are you
I'm
really?
going 3-pointer all day long just because of the odds that I said. Like, I will never have another chance in my life to make $1 billion. Right. I'm pretty confident that I could make $1 million throughout the course of my life. Not very confident I could ever hit $1 billion, but like I said, 1 in 1,000 is the difference between $1 million and $1 billion, right?
Yes.
So I gotta think the odds are better for me to get the billion than to make 1,000 layups. So that's where my head's at. I'm crunching the numbers.
What did Dave Chappelle say when he was playing Prince? Shoot the J, shoot it. Yeah, I'm shooting the J.
So are you guys saying that you think your odds are better one against the other, or are you just saying
It's
you want to go for it all?
Okay,
no,
look,
it's
it's
$1 billion. No, I'm
billion.
saying the odds of making a layup are better, correct? But they're not 1,000 times worse than shooting a free throw. That's where I'm going.
You're right. It's 1,000,000 times worse than shooting a 3-pointer.
No way. I'll make maybe 3 out of 10 3-pointers. I'll make maybe 9 out of 10 free throws, right? So you're talking right there. You're only
90% versus 30%.
Right, but that's not 1,000% difference.
It's not about percentages. Doesn't matter. You
It
get
does to me.
one
I'm a numbers
shot
guy.
though. You got one shot.
All right, Eminem.
That's it. To seize everything you. It's crazy though when you look at.
And Stick just brought up another point. Okay, I believe that in lifetime, you're able to do things business-wise, or who knows, or make different investments where you could possibly hit $1 million. It's something that's easier to attain. $1 billion? That's a whole different conversation. That's a life-changing shot right there. I'm taking that 3.
But you get $1 million right now. Would you say you're set?
No.
No.
Hell
I mean,
no.
you're at least set. Like
You're
I'm not
set for
saying-
years.
No, I'm not saying you're set. Like, first off, a chance. I'm going to turn into Adam. The chance of this really happening is slim to none. It's never going to happen like this. But when you look at this right now, if you were to just get $1 million for a freaking layup, that's gonna make you set for life right now.
But, then
Not
that's,
as
in
don't work no
the
more.
back of my mind, I'm thinking, but damn, what if I would have took that 3 for $1 billion?
Dude, and just think of the feeling if that 3 goes in.
Oh, man.
My God, dude. You are running around like that is fuck you money for the rest of your life. Nobody can tell you a damn thing. I'm on my yacht. I'm traveling the world. Like, life is set. $1 million, it's like, shit, man, I got to watch my stocks. I got to watch my investments. Like,
I give it to you like this, Joey. $1 million can change your life for the near future. $1 billion changes your family lineage, your family life.
And it does. But the chances of that.
Hey, going with the Billy.
You guys both got balls, man.
Alex, what are you doing, man? Are you taking the layup for the $1 million, or are you going for the Billy?
Definitely going with the layup.
Oh.
I just don't have, if it was, I don't know, if you had to make 2 out of 5 or something like that, 3-pointers, I might go with that, but I just don't have the confidence in the 3-pointer.
It's just that what's at stake in this one. If it was like $100 versus $1,000, all right, I'm going to take a chance at the 3-pointer. But you're talking $1 million for a layup.
That's less of a return. It's only 100 times.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you miss that shot, you could at least sleep saying, "Oh, I lost $1,000."
Okay,
chance
so
at $1,000.
So let's do it. Let's go $100 for the layup or $1 million for a 3-pointer.
All day a 3-pointer.
It's the same thing.
It's different though. You could get $100.
I could get $1 million if I work my ass off. And
For how long?
a long ass time.
Okay.
But
That's
$1 billion
is
such an unfathomable number for a regular mind.
You guys are greedy. You guys are
That's
greedy.
not
as
greedy.
hell.
That's just playing the odds.
What odds? That ain't no odds in this one. It's about risk.
The life-changing odds.
Risk, reward.
Fish, what would you do?
You guys are gonna be disappointed. I'm going layup.
Because you're smart. They should be disappointed.
I just know that I'm gonna make a layup more than I'm gonna make a 3-pointer.
Yeah, I mean, but okay. I mean, I understand the logic. I understand the safety of, hey, it's a layup. Like that's actually a term you use. No, this was so easy, it was a layup. Like that's what we use around here for things that are easy. But $1 million compared to $1 billion. Art's in here.
Like if I'm doing a 3-pointer, can I granny shot it? Because I can bank that. I'd rather go for the 3.
You go for the $1 billion?
Only if I could granny shot it.
Hell yeah, Art. Hell yeah. Throw that sack on the table, man.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's the great Michael Scott said that.
Yeah. So. And he quoted Wayne Gretzky.
Yep. Also, welcome back, Fish. It's so good to see you.
All right. Well, I mean, that's an interesting debate to have amongst your friends. I'm going for the $1 billion shot.
I'm going for the Billy.
Yeah. Everybody else in here going for the $1 million.
Yeah. Minus Art.
Yeah. No, which is fine. But you got to take the shot, man. How often are you ever going to have a chance at just a cold $1 billion being handed to you?
Or a layup for $1 million.
What? Somebody did make a good point. Think about the taxes on that $1 million versus the taxes on that $1 billion. You still in $100 millions after you probably get taxed on that $1 billion, but in that on that $1 million, you in the thousands.
Yeah, you're probably taking home $600 million if you make the Billy shot.
Still great. I'm still living great.
Still living 600 times better than that layup taking dude ass. So, oh man. All right. Well, we wanted to have that conversation this morning.
Can we do this somehow? I want to do this.
Yeah, sure. Find somebody to give us $1 billion. Like maybe we do an insurance contest. I wonder how much an insurance contest would be for that.
No, for a layup. I mean, half court shot maybe, but layups and threes, those are easy.
Yeah, it's expensive, man. So yeah, let us know what you think. You can call up 313-552-6322 or drop your comments in the chat. We're getting some people. I'm no good at basketball, but go big or go home. See, I like that mentality. I can dunk. So
see, why can't you just give me the chance at making a 3-pointer for $1 billion? You have to drop that other one and mess me up.
As bad as I am at basketball, Paul says, I'm taking the 3-pointer. See, and I think that's also it. Like if you're not confident in either shot, go for the 3.
That's what I said. For me, I have the bad luck where I feel that thing would just roll right off the rim if I do a layup, and then I would just be pissed the entire time. Like, should have took the effing 3-point shot. But if I took the 3-point shot and missed, I didn't have $1 billion or $1 million to begin with. I'm good.
So yeah, there you go.
Maybe you guys are scrubs at basketball. That's why you concerned about this free throw.
You're a scrub.
I just said I was a scrub at basketball.
Stick, though, is all I'm going at.
Oh, you know, once I get warm, I can knock down threes.
Yeah, once you get warm after 6 months of playing.
It was so funny. We played in a league together. I'm like, dude, after week 6, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
And then week 6, he came out making them.
I just need to get my cardio, get everything back in shape.
6 weeks.
6 weeks of an 8-week league, and I was fine for the last 2 weeks, though. That was the point, to work myself into shape. It had been like 10 years since I played organized basketball, but yeah. So, yeah, I'm taking the three-point shot. Let us know what you would take. And also got to let you know about our people at Levels. They are a new dispensary that's going on in Ferndale, 9 Mile in Hilton. This place is absolutely beautiful. It literally looks like you're walking into a jewelry store. Like, everything's all white. It's all clean. There's glass everywhere. There's little racks where you can pull out whatever flower you want and inspect it and look at it. The way they package it is super clean. They're really going to set the trend for the way dispensaries should be doing business here in Michigan, and more specifically right here in Metro Detroit. So give them a follow right now at Enjoy Levels on Instagram, or just hit up their website and check out all the things they have. EnjoyLevels.com.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac. Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
Kyle Shanahan takes a morbid turn when asked if Jimmy G will be on the roster on Sunday, and this was what he had to say.
I can't guarantee that anybody in the world will be alive Sunday, so I can't guarantee who will be on our roster on Sunday. So that goes for all of us.
All right.
I'm gonna break that down for what that means is that he's about to put a hit out on Jimmy G.
Sounds like it, for real. The New York Knicks, they were on fire. 9-game winning streak. But the second best team in the West ended that last night, and I'm talking about the Phoenix Suns beating them by 8 with this dagger three-pointer from CP3.
Dagger time. Remember when that was a thing here in Detroit? Is that banner still up in Ford Field, the Dagger Time banner? It was last time I checked.
You know what? I was so busy watching that onslaught those last 2 games, I didn't even pay attention.
Dagger time!
This dude was trash talking after he hit that, too.
CP3's the man.
CP3. The Detroit Pistons, they ended up beating the Atlanta Hawks by 14 last night. And Jerami Grant, Frank Jackson, both dropping 18 points each. Isaiah Stewart, Beef Stew, 11 rebounds. And then this guy, Killian Hayes, over 5 assists again. That's 6 games straight with having more than 5 assists per game. And that's what we want to see out of our rook, because he's starting to show that he is good at bringing up the ball, and that ball control is where he's at.
Thank God, because they need Killian Hayes to do something, because looking at some of these other rookies that
Sorry. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You all right?
Good. Just had a little.
Hey, look at these other rookies like
heartburn.
Halliburton. Yeah. Thank you, Killian. Keep on progressing.
No, and like we said before, man, just how smooth he looks. Like he looks like he has the game completely under control at this point, and he looks like the speed of the game is no longer intimidating him. He's starting to see the court more. He's getting better passing. I mean, he had that pass last week that was miraculous, and you saw him with the alley-oop there. Like you said, 5 assists over the last 4 games?
6.
Last 6 games. And that is what we discussed that we need out of Killian Hayes. We don't need this guy to score. We don't want him to score. Well, we do want him to score a little, but we want him to average like 8 assists, 9 assists a game. And that's when I feel the Pistons will be really functioning at a high level.
Yeah, it's just being a consistent guard, bringing up the ball. That's what we need out of him, because we have other people like a Jerami Grant and these Frank Jacksons that are putting up the points, but he's got to be the one setting it up.
Yeah, Frank Jackson, man, he's been a shock too.
Yeah, Troy Weaver's acquired some pretty damn good talent, young talent. Just letting them good out there, see what you got, because they're still a young team and they're going through a restoring of the franchise. So I like where they're at right now.
You guys ever been Okiki'd?
Okiki'd?
Yeah.
No, what does that mean?
Andre Drummond got Okiki'd, turned into a poster after this dunk by Shuma Okiki. Okiki. I don't know why. Drummond's my boy, but I love when he gets done up like that.
Dude, the best is he beat Davis and Drummond on that play. He smokes by Davis on the perimeter and then nails it over Drummond's face. In the face!
But dude, that's some big dudes right there on that court.
Right.
I just like the fact that Drummond challenged it because it seems like centers now just kind of step out the way. If you look at any great shot blocker, not saying Drummond's a great shot blocker, but look at any great shot blocker, they've gotten dunked on, but now centers just be kind of like, oh.
Right.
If you're that tall and you don't go to try to block that ball, you are a bum.
You see guys don't do it now. They don't want to be on. They're afraid to be on that poster.
So when you said there was a lot of big dudes on that court, one time I was in Royal Oak seeing a comedian, and dude, I'm going to change lives right now, so if y'all don't want to hear this, I would plug your ears. But he was talking about, he was watching a basketball game, and he was having a conversation with his buddy, and he's like, you know, there's got to be at least 5 pounds of cock on that court right now. And he's like, then you start doing the math. There's 10 dudes, big dudes, 2 refs, and he started breaking it down how much their dicks weighed. I don't know why I just thought of that, but
just 5?
It's been stuck in my head. Bye, Art.
You think just 5 pounds, though?
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. So next time you watch a basketball game, I guarantee that thought goes through your head, and you're welcome. That comedian ruined it for me. Absolutely ruined it. Forget his name.
Trying to do the math now. I would say on that court, probably like 8.5 pounds.
I don't know.
Shohei Ohtani becomes the first pitcher since Babe Ruth. I'm going way back there. To start a game while leading the MLB in home runs. And here you see Ohtani scoring the first run of the game. Then he got ready to go pitch at the bottom of the first inning. You got to love that.
Dude, and that's the complete player, man. That's the evolution of baseball. Actually, it's getting back to what baseball is because, you know, like I said earlier, when you play Little League and you play Federation ball, normally your pitcher is your best hitter all the way up until you're like 18, 19, 20 years old. Then they decide to make them specialty players, and it doesn't really work out.
So you don't like that personally?
No, I want ball players to be ball players. If you're on the field, you're batting. That's it. It's really not that hard. And I get it. The DH speeds up the game. It provides more offense and stuff like that. But really, all it does is give pitchers an excuse not to hit when they should be out there hitting because that's how baseball was designed to be played. I'm not a big fan of the DH.
You might have not heard about all of the Josh talk going on, but we got to say good morning to all of the Joshes around the world. And if your name is Josh, you have a new king. This has been the crazy viral buzz this last couple of days. You see them having a Josh meetup. Everybody bringing their own pool noodles.
I love it. You got Spider-Man. You got people dressed up in knights. You got a Jedi there. You got some dude in like literal army camouflage. Dude shirtless,
Chewbacca
dad bod on the back. Like, there's an array of Joshes on the planet, that's for sure.
And then they actually did a formal congratulatory announcement welcoming this as the new king of the Joshes.
Can I have a few words on your thoughts on the big win? I'm just making sure.
Quiet, everyone, and now
Quiet down! He's 5, everybody!
I know, crown you!
Gives him the Burger King crown.
I know, crown you King Josh! I love that.
That's the best thing about Burger King is that damn crown.
Heck yeah.
And them original chicken sandwiches.
Those Italian chicken sandwiches, you ever rock with those back in the day too?
No.
They put the marinara sauce on them.
Ooh.
I used to mess with Burger King back in the day, but Joey will tell you I haven't eaten fast food in I can't tell you how long.
Like not even Taco Bell though?
Taco Bell, maybe.
Hell.
But yeah, no fast food for me.
Taco Hell.
Taco Hell.
I've never heard that one before. That's a sin.
You never heard of Toxic Hell?
No.
No? Okay. Well,
No.
yeah. Get up on your lingo for fast food joints.
I can't, man.
But
That's
yeah,
Taco Bell.
No, Burger King, I used to mess with hard, man. They used to have like those little muffins that I'd eat before basketball games and stuff like that. So that would always be the stop before early morning sporting events. You go to Burger King, you know, get your sandwich.
Okay, the sandwich slaps. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you can't forget about that, man.
The Detroit Red Wings taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets, 7 o'clock tonight. And then the Tigers, sadly, after getting swept by the Royals, taking on the White Sox, 8-10. Hopefully this series, a little bit of a different outcome. And you're going to have a big different outcome from walking into a mall as opposed to walking into Bridge Street Exchange because this place in downtown Fenton is just a beauty to walk into. Fellas, I'm telling you, you got to go check it out for yourself. I love when people hit me up saying, I went there, Joey, and this place really is badass. Go in there and say what up to Kevin, and they're soon going to be having a pop-up inside of Somerset Mall. So support this locally owned business, downtown Fenton currently. It's Bridge Street Exchange. And check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com. WSN's the code word. Get 15% off your entire order.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, Detroit's all-digital sports network. We are Woodward Sports. My name is Stick. I'm up here with Corey and Joey and Fish and Alex. And Rude Jude was going to join the show today, and we're waiting on him right now. He better hurry his ass up. We only got about a half hour left in this show. So, Rude Jude, if you're listening right now on your way in, hurry that ass up. He was supposed to be here at 9. But I love Rude Jude, and just having a conversation with this guy is going to be hilarious. If you haven't read his books, one is Hummingbird and the other one's, what's it called? Hyena. Both great, entertaining books, but they're not for the faint of heart. There's some stories in there about crack houses and prostitutes and all types of weird Warren stuff going on.
I love his drug stories.
Yeah,
that's my favorite. Like, he got stories of, like, back then when he used to, like, order drugs and the dude would just show up with a suitcase saying which one you want, and there's, like, discounts and all that. Like, I love that guy.
Yeah, the dude has definitely lived life, so we're going to talk to him whenever he decides to show up today. But yeah, the biggest thing we got going on this week, and we're meeting right after this to really put the nails in the coffin on the plan for the Lions draft party that we're having at Del Mar in Greektown, sponsored by Maker's Mark. So thank you to them for being a part of the sponsorship. Joik Bell is going to be there, and he said he's going to be playing Madden and going over what teams need while they're on the clock. So that's going to be fun. We're going to have NFL draft expert Scott Bischoff there, so he's going to be discussing the picks and going back and forth. Sean Baligian's going to show up. Like, it's pretty much going to be a whole family party.
And we're even going to have a number 3 overall draft pick showing up as well.
Huh?
Yes.
Like a former Lions?
Not a former Lion.
Good teaser, Joey.
Former Wolverine. I can say that much.
I know. I think I might know where you're going with this.
Corey, have you ever been to an official Lions draft party?
Not an official Lions one, but I've been to draft parties thrown by the last draft party I've been to in Michigan was one thrown by NFL alumni.
Okay,
right. That was pretty cool. Don't want to talk about it.
Don't want to talk about it.
It was cool.
No, I've always wanted to go to the ones at Ford Field, and they used to have them in Allen Park, but things have kind of changed since back in the day. It's no longer at Allen Park. They did a big thing at Ford Field. Maz was telling me all about it. Oh, they had food. It was great. And then it just sounded so good. And I can't wait to do our little watch party. And what's going to be cool about it is we're going to start our live stream at 7 p.m., kind of leading up into what the Lions are looking for. Hopefully by then, you're going to do some more interviews with the Lions upper brass, so we'll have some more comments from them, and we'll have some more insight on where they're probably leaning. And then, of course, waiting on that number 7 pick at this point, and you're going to get our full and real reactions to it. And honestly, I don't know how I'm going to react unless they select somebody that's just so off the wall, and at this point, I don't know who that would be.
That's the thing.
Patrick Surtain.
That would be okay. That's the only one that I would be upset about.
Really?
Honestly, any other pick at this point, I think I would be happy. Just him. Like, even if, like, I know, like, the whole Rashawn Slater, like, I don't personally like that because, you hear about back injuries and whatnot, so I feel like that's a big risk to take on a big fella like him. But besides the cornerbacks, I'm happy.
Yeah, honestly, like I said, there's no one. If they went quarterback, I'm going to be all right. I hope this is their guy, and I hope he's the future. If they go wide receiver, I'm going to be like, all right, we didn't necessarily need the weapon this early, but as long as we got the guy that can make some plays, I'm okay with that. Give Goff some weapons, see what he's got. If we get the lineman, I'm going to stand up and applaud like, oh, my God, we're doing smart football. Like, we're building out. Our strength will be our offensive line for the first time since the 90s. So I'm excited about that. Really, the only thing I would hate is if they went cornerback. And even that I wouldn't hate because Patrick Surtain is a great prospect. And in any other draft, he may be a top 3 pick.
Yeah, now, here's something that is interesting. Bleacher Report did something called a community mock draft, where all of their subscribers went ahead and I guess they went and did a mock draft and they compiled everything. And I can run down their community mock draft if you want me to real quick.
Yeah.
So for one, it's pretty much everybody all agrees who number 1 is. 1 is going to be Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
Number 2, they got Zach Wilson going to the Jets, as expected. 3, here's where it gets interesting. Justin Fields to the 49ers. 4, Kyle Pitts to the Falcons. 5, Penei Sewell to the Bengals. 6, Jamar Chase to the Dolphins.
All right.
And number 7, the Bleacher Report community mock draft has Jalen Waddle going to the Lions. Like I said, I like Jalen Waddle, but I would want them to trade back and get Jalen Waddle. Rashawn Slater to the Panthers, Trey Lance to the Denver Broncos, and Patrick Surtain to the Cowboys.
So this is like the wisdom of the crowd pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like that whole philosophy where the wisdom of the crowd always proves correct. But yeah, that's interesting. But I do not want Waddle.
Yeah, you know what? I like Waddle, but at 7, don't like him.
Yeah, don't
let's say
love
if
the guy.
they got him at like, let's say if they traded back and got him at 10 or 12, I'd be cool with that.
Awesome. Well, we're going to find out Thursday night. Make sure you join us at our draft party at the Del Mar in Greektown. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to get on our VIP list to guarantee yourself entry, make sure you message us on any of our social media platforms, and we will get you on that list. We got our guests in the building. Let's take a break. When we come back, Rude Jude is going to join the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. Ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys. Up here, Jude. You're good, man. Rude Jude is in the building. Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. I've been trying to get this guy in the studio since we started this whole thing because, we want to be a reflection of Detroit. That's what Woodward Sports is all about. And no bigger ambassador and representation of Detroit than my man, Rude Jude. Welcome, man. Welcome.
It's good to be here. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yes.
He messed me up yesterday.
How?
I think I got to unfollow you for at least a day because you messed me up with the question of would you rather smash Ellen or Oprah? And I've been trying to process this in my head.
Oprah.
That was the.
Yeah, I said Oprah and I make Gail watch.
Stedman can watch
and
too.
Stedman,
Sit your ass in the corner,
yeah.
Stedman.
Stedman can rub her back while I'm fucking smashing. Cuck 'em.
So people that don't know about Rude Jude, many years ago, you were just kind of a shit talker, and then you got picked up by Jenny Jones shit talking.
Yep.
And now you're shit talking on Shade 4-5 daily, right?
Yeah. Shout out to Mikey Eckstein. Helped me get the job, and I've been doing it for 16 years now. Yeah.
And you got some crazy ass stories. Like I met you a couple years ago. You came on the night show for Channel 955, and you were like, "Hey man, let's talk. And can you throw on this song?" And I was like, "No, I can't change the log." And you're like, "What kind of bullshit is that?" And then you're like, "How long do we got to talk?" And I was like, "We got like 30 seconds between songs." You're like, what the fuck am I doing here? Because you're used to wide open format.
I was like, why'd I drive all this way to talk 30 seconds? Like, please buy my book, please. Like,
we owed you gas money for that. That was the biggest waste. We apologize.
Well, I understand. That's how terrestrial radio goes. Now you guys are a bit more open. You can talk more freely about what you want to talk about. So that's awesome.
Yeah, we can say whatever the hell we want now, similar to what you do on satellite radio. So.
Yeah.
Really, man, I just wanted to, like, while you're here, do you have any good Detroit sports stories, like growing up, going to games, remembering things, girl with big boobs behind you, flash you, or anything like that happen?
Well, I got to meet John Sally when he was the year before they won before they won the championship.
Oh, nice. Okay.
My stepdad worked at a shoe shop at the Summit Place Mall, and it was like a raffle. So every day he would just stuff the ballot, and he won, and I got to meet Sally.
Nice.
And they surprised me, and I was dressed bummy as fuck. I had on like a Chargers jersey and some Raiders pants. I was perping like a motherfucker, and Sally was cool, and actually he comes on my show now to this every now and again.
That's
talking
awesome.
about being a vegan and stuff.
That's awesome.
There we go.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things that you do is White People Wednesday on your
Thanks.
Instagram.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, it was that one like came up out of nowhere, and that was the hashtag I made up, and like 10 years later, still going strong.
Yeah, I forget what it was, like 3 or 4 years ago. You were like, man, I was thinking about stopping White People Wednesday, but then you got a DM from Drake that was like, this shit makes my day.
Yeah. And I've since stopped it. I let other people go on with it. It's played out to me. So,
dude, I don't know where you find those memes, but you crush that shit.
People send them to me.
Really?
And I'm shadow banned. So there it is. Like, yeah, my shit, I bring the heat. Something about like having two genders really bends people the wrong way. Like,
is that what got you
not
banned?
wanting to blow a female. Not wanting to swallow a female sperm really bums people out. So they tend to shadow ban me a lot. So there you go.
You have multiple Instagrams, don't you? For that reason?
Well, my Instagram is One More Jude, and it was because I kept running out of names because they kept kicking me off, and I was like, all right, man, this is One More Jude, and I've been able to stay out of trouble and get my little check mark and keep it like that. So if you want some memes that you're probably gonna be triggered by, follow One More Jude.
And yeah, or if you have a fucking sense of humor, follow One More Jude.
Well, I come from a pretty bad background. Like, it's macabre. Like, me and my sister have a very macabre sense of humor. The cops were always at our house. My dad was pretty violent, so like we learned how to laugh at the tragedy in life. So we find humor in that stuff. And if you can't find humor in tragedy, then you're not gonna like my stuff.
Your book, man, Hyena and Hummingbird, like some of the stories that you have in there are just unbelievable, but they're believable because they're coming from you.
Yeah, everything is true. I write essays. They call them, I was calling them short stories, but the book people are like essays since they're real. And they're just short essays about life, addiction, sex, trying to find the right woman, and you can read it on different levels. If you want to hear about like dick jokes, it's great. But then if you want to hear about deeper things about just the human condition, you can read it on that level. So I wrote it for a little bit of everybody.
And you grew up here in Detroit, right?
Pontiac, went to school out in Rochester, so I've been all around.
Nice. We have a guy here. His name is Art. And anytime I've ever mentioned that, like, I've talked to you before, he's like, no way, you gotta let me talk to Rude Jude, because you and him have very similar life parallels when it comes to growing up and dealing with a bunch of bullshit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it meant a lot for Art to come in and talk to you and ask you some questions. So, Art, what do you got to ask Rude Jude, man?
Yeah, so years ago, you got into a very famous heated exchange with Floyd Mayweather. And it was one of the greatest bits on radio, period, in my opinion, because you went bar for bar with the greatest, as you said, defensive boxer, and I agree with you on that. Did anything ever come of that, like afterwards? Because
I almost got fired.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, he was friends with 50 Cent, and
Are you serious?
So I had to walk this tight. I had to really. That was me going light too. Like so imagine me. That was me going light on Floyd Mayweather. I think honestly, I think he's a great boxer. I think he read Art of War. Because of that, he's always like if he was a warrior, he'd be fighting on the top of the hill, and everybody else would be fighting uphill. He picks rings that are too big. He's a tiny fella. He picks rings that are too big. He fights people past their prime or before their prime, and he picks boxing gloves that are super fucking giant that no one can knock him out with. So, footwork's great. Shit talking's entertaining, but I find his fights to be boring as hell because, if I want to watch footwork, I'll watch ballet. I want to see somebody get their head pounded in. So he called up, talked junk to me, and then I had to walk this tight wire of not getting crapped on my own show, yet not getting fired because I knew he was friends with 50 Cent, and I worked for Eminem.
Did you have a conversation with 50? Like, did 50 like come up to you and like, hey man, like that's my boy.
I had a conversation with all my bosses, and they were like, "What the hell?" And then they buried it. They buried the whole thing. So it didn't even get as big as it could be. That was one of the things that made me write the book. I was like, man, I can perform really well on radio and almost lose my job off of this. I need to come up with something else to do because I don't have any other skills. I'll be like a Walmart greeter or some shit like that.
You'd be the best Walmart greeter.
Like,
just trashing people as they walk in. Like, hey, welcome, old ass.
Yeah.
Come in here to get some more Depends. Just ripping on people.
That busted ass Jay's walking in here.
Now look at you. Fucking
Dude,
one mom, 3 dads. Can't believe it. Walmart. Look at you. All right.
Right. All them kids yours? The hell no.
Nope. Yeah.
Dude, that's actually a good
There's
bit.
Jaden
That is
and
actually
Aiden.
funny. That is a great bit, having you as the Walmart greeter, just trashing people.
Yeah. I always wanted, actually, my dream job was still is to be a fucking a wrestling manager. I just want to go out there and just slay the crowd, make them hate me. That would be fun.
Well, you know Darren McCarty, right? Like, Mikey's boys
lightweight,
with him.
yeah.
Like he's huge into wrestling. I could see you creating a Darren McCarty character and then you being his manager. Like that's a dream made in heaven. You could Bobby the Brain Heenan out there just talking trash.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's me. Jim. Yeah, was it Jimmy Hart or any of them? Yeah. So, yeah. Those are my jobs. I was just telling Mikey I've been having health problems. I've had laryngitis like chronically for the last 3 months. And
why is Mikey laughing? Where's this going?
Man, I'm trying to not laugh, but he's dying over here.
I haven't been able to talk, and turns out like I finally tried to settle down and do the right thing and like get a girl. Like all these years of me just whoring around and flipping chicks, and I finally tried to settle down, and I end up getting bacterial vaginitis in my throat.
Oh,
so yeah, we
get you, man.
So yeah, so like, it's funny because
all the hoeing around, you never had that.
All that hoeing around, I never had it. I finally get a girl, try to settle down with her, and then she's got, it's not her fault. It's pH balance stuff. So like,
she on that keto diet? I heard that keto diet fucks with their pH.
I think my pee-pee man didn't fit well with her vagina, and it was getting worse. And I remember one day, like, as I couldn't speak, I woke up and. I remember her shit smelled like when you change a bike tire or some shit like that. And I woke up and my mouth tasted the way like a bike tire, and I was like, could this be? So then I call up the ear, nose, and throat people, and like I want to talk to the doctor. He's not there. And they were like, just leave a message. And I'm like, oh, geez, I got to talk to these ladies about this. So I can bacterial vaginitis cause complications with laryngitis, and they like it was like I told them I ate babies or something. They were just totally disgusted by me, and they were like, "We'll ask," and hung up the phone, and like an hour later, they're like, "Yes, that could happen." I was like, "I told you, you fucking asshole."
So how do you address it to the girl?
I got it treated, and then we had stopped messing around with each other, and I was like, "Hey, I think that you had that." She was like, "Yeah, I got treated for it," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I did too." In my my throat
variety.
Yeah, in my throat, I had to get the. You can't use the cream clearly, so I had to get the antibiotics and
liquid form.
Yeah, straight up. And now I have a paralyzed. My larynx is partially paralyzed now off of all of that.
Let that be a cautionary tale to every man out there.
Yeah. I did a bubble blowing exercise. I blow bubbles now to get my larynx back.
So you're living the dream, is what you're saying.
It's like it's you know, no good deed goes unpunished. I finally tried to like just stop being a total fucking slut, and that's what happens. I lose my voice and I work on the radio, so that was a bit.
That's tough.
It was a bit scary.
I love how he says, "Yeah, my bad, I had to show up late." But one of our interns was like, "Yeah, they saw you outside blowing bubbles."
Yeah, straight up. And Bubbles was this guy. So. And he took forever to nut, so sorry for being late. Bubbles' fault. Said I was too toothy. I was like, I'll work on it.
Oh, Jesus. Too much teeth.
I'll work on it, Bubbles. My bad.
My bad. You expert.
Yeah.
Art, you got anything?
Yeah. Is there anything from either hummingbird or hyena that you shared that you regret sharing or that came back to haunt you?
Everything came back to haunt me. I've alienated half of my family, but there was so much in there that I didn't put in. There's so much grime. Like, I didn't put anything salaciously bad about my family that didn't affect me. Everything I put in had to do directly with me. And it's funny, I got a new version out with a new story. And I finally got the rights to my book back. I got screwed over on the book deal. Imagine that, you know. So
just send Fiddy in to straighten that shit out.
Yeah, he's got time for that. So
right. I'm here to straighten out the book deal for Rude Jude. Can you see that?
Yeah, so I got the Hummingbird book deal back, and there was a story I wasn't gonna put in because it was about my dad and it was super grimy, and I agreed not to put it in, but then he continued to behave the way he did, and I was like, screw you, I'm putting it in the book as soon as I get my rights back, and that is now in the book.
Oh, nice.
It's so now it's the new Hummingbird. It's the special author's edition. You can only get it on Amazon, and it's got the really grimy story, and the only hints I have to tell you is that I was like 18 with my pops, and we were driving around, and it had to do with him and semen and
Bubbles
and Dean Martin.
And Dean Martin?
Yeah. Well, we're Italian. We're listening to Dean Martin.
Oh, okay.
As he told me about semen, his own. Yeah. So that's.
Wait, he told you about his own? How does that conversation go?
Well, that was I was trying to explain, like I was trying to explain without explaining how one could be overly sexualized as a child
Right.
and have like weird sexual boundaries because the way they're raised. Like, it's not surprising when I have like a dwarf pee on me that's an hyena, by the way. That happens when you got a dad that's talking to you about like weird, like doing weird stuff with semen at 18. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my dad was the exact opposite. Like, my whole sex talk was, I can literally remember all of it. We were pulling into our subdivision. He looks at me and goes, "Just keep it in your fucking pants." And that was our whole sex talk. That's it. That was the only time I ever discussed sex with my dad.
Just keep it in your fucking pants.
That's it.
Did it work?
No, hell no. Like, you can give that advice to any 13, 14-year-old. And guess what? Minute I had to be able to take that out of my pants, I was trying to take it out of my pants.
What was your sex talk as a kid, Jude?
He was just telling us a little bit about it.
My dad, he was like, trying to tell me about like cunnilingus while we were driving around in our Chevette, and he's like, you know what cunnilingus is? And I'm like, man, I'm not like, what do you know? I don't want to talk about that with you. They bleed out of there. I'm never gonna do that. He's like, yes, you will.
Yeah.
You mark my words.
You'll love it.
You're gonna lick it clean. And then I'm like, no. He's like, well, do you know about analingus? And I'm like, what?
Oh no! And how old were you?
I'm fucking 15, and this is like back in the 90s. This was like going down on chicks was frowned upon. It was where I'm from. It was culturally not looked upon in a favorable way. I'm like, they bleed out of that. I don't want nothing to do with that. That's some bitch shit. And he's like, oh, you're gonna do it. Mark my words, you're gonna do it. And then he's like, you know what analingus is? And I'm like, I don't want to know. I kind of had an idea because the anal was in there. And then and he was like, that's when you get them like squeaky clean, like I used to do your mother. And,
God.
Yeah, and then he went in on that. He told me to get them really, really clean because the fecal matter could really hurt you. He was like, yeah, back in Nam.
Oh, God, we were eating ass all day.
The Viet Cong would poop on the spikes, and if you got poked with it, it would fester and you'd die. I was just like, man, just stop, dude. Like, I just remember, like, my shoulder touching the window, touching his shoulder. We're jammed into this friggin' Chevy. We're in Carhartts, and he's talking about the Viet Cong and eating butthole, dude. And I was just like, man, get me the hell out of here.
I love the shout out to Carhartt on this one. Is this like a sponsored story?
Yeah,
Joey's rocking the shirt right now.
Hell yeah, there you go.
This segment brought to you by Carhartt.
Carhartts and Chevettes and analingus.
Analingus.
Yeah, those are kind of what my stories are about.
Little did he know, years later, you'd have laryngitis from doing the exact thing he was trying to tell you about.
I know, yeah. Well, I didn't eat the butt. I should have just stayed in the butt. I would have been safer.
In my head, I'm trying to think who lived a harder life, Rude Jude or Taylor Swift singing that 15 song. I'm listening to this like, all right.
What's her song about? Fuck Taylor Swift. The only thing she's got to worry about is having big gums. All she has is she's the gummiest. She's like gummy worms. She's got the gummiest fucking smile I've ever seen. Her teeth look like chiclets. They're so small. So yeah, she's had a tougher life.
Yeah, real tough. Real tough for that T Swift.
Yeah.
Be careful, she's gonna write a song about you.
Crying in her mansion with her tiny teeth and giant gums. It's like an infection.
I remember the last time that you were on, like I was saying, you were on my night show a while ago, and we talked about playing Drug Ballad, because that was a song Eminem gave you a shout-out in, right?
Yeah, that was really awesome. Yeah.
Dude, like, that's got to be, I mean, to this day, we're still talking about it, so that's obviously something people bring up to you all the time, right?
Yeah, they do, and it was really special because at the point I was like at a really low point in my life. My ex had got a job working at a gay bar in Ferndale, and they needed a bathroom attendant, so nobody wanted to do it for some reason. But it was $12 an hour plus tips, so I was like, all right, I'll do it. So I was literally working in the bathroom, giving queens paper towels for $1 and being sexually harassed.
Plus you get the tip too, so I mean it's a win-win.
Hey dude, gay dudes and Chaldeans are the best tippers, man.
Joey's so happy.
Shout out to my people, man.
Good tippers, man. Yeah. The Chaldeans will try to steal some shit from you, but they're good tippers. That was an interesting job. Actually, I ended up liking that job a lot. Nobody messed with me. I just sat around, smoked Black and Milds, sold cigarettes for $1. If somebody wanted to like 2 people in the stall, I'd charge them $10 or something like that to do whatever they did. Usually it was coke. The worst was there was like a one-legged homosexual man that was masturbating in the back of the bathroom. We had to get him out of there.
Great balance, though. Great balance to be able to handle that torque on one leg. That's
well,
amazing.
and then the crazy thing was, it turned in like it was all gay nights, but like there were so many good house DJs that all the strippers started coming. So then it turned into, it was like gay on Friday, and it was like Chaldeans and Birmingham Jewish people on Saturdays. And I don't know which one I hated more, to be quite frank. I was like, I'm either getting sexually harassed or guys trying to fight me. So, like, which one's better?
Dude, I used to go to gay clubs all the time with a buddy of mine who was gay, and I'm telling you, by the end of the night, there's literally always at least 20 straight girls in gay clubs, and by the end of the night, there's nobody talking to them. And you're the last straight dude on, like, you're the last of the Mohicans in that bitch. So you're just going up to every one of them like, hey, I think you're beautiful, and they're drunk as shit, and it's like, oh, cool, you know, all right, there's a straight guy actually hitting on me.
And they're open-minded. He's open-minded. Look at him. He's at this club. He's accepting, all of that stuff. Yeah. The craziest thing for me was just to see, like, the closeted gay guys that would, like, sneak out and, like, go to these bars. And they'd be like, yeah, we used to use these same faucets at hockey. And I'm like, whoa, dude. Like that is nuts. There was actually a gay Arab dude that would come in there and hit on me. I'm like, bro, I'm not with it. And he like typical on the party store and the whole nine. And, hey, what's up, bro? Hey, and I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm like, but he couldn't come out the closet because it's frowned upon in that.
That's why they're such good tippers. Keep your mouth fucking shut. I was never here.
Yeah.
Like, I was never here. That was more hush money than tip money.
Yeah, straight up. A little bit of both, yeah. And they ain't got no kids. So they got that income that they can just kind of throw around. So
right.
I was all right with that job. Shout out to Temple. That was Temple on 9 Mile back 20 years ago.
Nice. I wonder what that is now. You think it was Q? I think it turned into Q for a while.
Is that Orchid? Because I know Orchid used to be a gay bar.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know, man.
Woodward?
But it helped me move out of Los Angeles and pursue my dreams in or move out of Detroit and go to Los Angeles. So I do appreciate that bar, truly.
Well, Jude, man, I know our time was a little bit short today, but it was so good to have you on. You're welcome back here to bullshit with us anytime. If you ever got anything that you want to get off your chest, I know you got your own platform, but feel free to use Woodward Sports as your platform, too, if you ever need to promote anything. If you, really, the whole reason we wanted to do this thing is to give something Detroit super special that no other city has, and that's a digital, off-the-record type sports network, and we're able to have these conversations that you'd never hear on other sports shit.
Sorry I didn't talk about basketball, y'all.
No, it's cool. We got a John Sally story out here. That's all I needed.
I don't know anything about sports, so my bad.
No, you're good, man. But that's the thing. This is all about Detroit lifestyle, too. It's not just about sports. It's about lifestyle in this city and, making big things happen. So thank you so much for coming on with us today, man.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome here anytime. I hope to see you again soon. And let's stack some pictures with you. Got to get you connected with Art. I want you two to smoke some weed together if you're still smoking weed. I want you two to have an experience together.
I don't want the laryngitis. You
can each roll your own.
You might not want to share.
Hey, come on in, Bubbles, real quick. Come on in.
Yeah, Bubbles. Nice.
Bring Bubbles in.
Thank you guys for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show. We'll be back on tomorrow, 8 to 10. Fish is back. Fish Facts will be back on tomorrow at 9:50.
Can I plug the book one more time?
Of course.
Go to Amazon, type in Jude Angelini, hummingbird, hyena, and please buy the white hummingbird because that's the one that I get paid from. The other one I do not get paid off of. And if you're cheap, just steal it off YouTube.
But honestly, if you want an entertaining book, that is, I'm ADD crazy and I can't make it through books, but the short stories and how entertaining each short story is keeps you rolling right through that entire book.
Yeah, it worked out. Like me not being able to write a novel really worked out for the ADD crowd.
Oh, dude, you killed it for me. Yeah. I'm like, this is so interesting. Oh, it's over? Okay, what else is happening?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Little dopamine hits. Bing, 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 bing.
And this segment brought to you by Carhartt. Make sure you guys support local.
Yep.
In Dearborn.
And practice your analingus. All right, you guys have a great day. Enjoy your Tuesday. Bell and Baligian is up next at 11 o'clock. Then, of course, The Hook from 3 to 5 right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Have a great morning.